Planning your next trip? Here are 10 incredible places in the US that should be on your bucket list. From sea to shining sea, this country's got it all, folks. We're talking majestic mountains, beaches that'll make you want to slap on the sunscreen, and cities that never sleep. Get ready for some serious wanderlust, because we're about to take a wild ride through the most amazing destinations America has to offer. We're talking iconic landmarks, natural wonders, and enough fun to make your head spin faster than a tilt-a-whirl at a state fair. So buckle up, Buttercup, and get ready to explore the good old US of A. First up, we're heading to the city that never sleeps. The concrete jungle where dreams are made of, New York City. This place is a whirlwind of energy, folks. You got your towering skyscrapers, your Broadway shows that'll knock your socks off, and enough pizza joints to satisfy even the most discerning New Yorker. Make sure you take a stroll through Central Park, because even concrete jungles need a little green space, right? And don't even think about leaving without snapping a selfie with Lady Liberty herself. Oh, and if you see a rat the size of a Buick, don't worry, that's just Steve. He's harmless, mostly. Next up, we're trading in the skyscrapers for some serious natural beauty at the Grand Canyon. This place is so big you could drop the entire state of Rhode Island in it and still have room for Delaware. Don't try it, though. I checked, and it's frowned upon. You can hike down to the bottom, but trust me, it's a lot harder coming back up. I speak from experience. My thighs still haven't forgiven me. But hey, the views are totally worth it. Just make sure you bring plenty of water and watch out for those pesky squirrels. They're sneaky little devils. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're headed to Yellowstone National Park, where the geysers erupt like a teenager's emotions, unpredictable and intense. The wildlife here is wilder than a bachelorette party in Vegas. Imagine herds of bison roaming freely. You got your bubbling mud pots, your steaming hot springs, and geothermal wonders that look like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie, and more bison than you can shake a stick at. These majestic creatures are the true icons of Yellowstone. Not that you should shake a stick at a bison. Those things are huge. Weighing up to 2,000 pounds, they can be surprisingly fast and agile. Keep your eyes peeled for elk, wolves, and other fascinating creatures that call this park home, and maybe even a grizzly bear or two. These powerful predators are a sight to behold, but always from a safe distance. Just remember, they're called grizzlies for a reason. They ain't exactly cuddly. Their sheer size and strength are awe-inspiring. And whatever you do, don't drink the water. The geothermal activity infuses it with minerals and elements that aren't exactly refreshing. Unless you like the taste of sulfur, that is. The unique smell and taste are a reminder of the powerful forces at work beneath the surface. So pack your sense of adventure and your camera, because Yellowstone is a place where nature's raw beauty and power are on full display. Next up, we're trading in our hiking boots for flip-flops and heading to Miami, where the beaches are pristine, the nightlife is hotter than a jalapeno, and the Cuban coffee will kickstart your day faster than you can say guacamole. Stroll down Ocean Drive, soak up the sun on South Beach, and don't forget to try a Cuban sandwich. You can thank me later. Just remember, what happens in Miami stays in Miami. Unless you post it on Instagram, then it's everyone's business. Get ready to roll the dice and push your luck, folks, because we're headed to Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. This place is like Disneyland for adults, with casinos, shows, and enough neon lights to make your retinas scream for mercy. You can try your luck at the roulette wheel, catch a Cirque du Soleil show, or get hitched by an Elvis impersonator. Hey, it's Vegas, anything goes. Just remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Unless you win big, then you should probably hire a bodyguard. Aloha, everyone, and welcome to Hawaii, where the beaches are pristine, the water is crystal clear, and the only thing hotter than the lava flows is the hula dancing. We're talking surfing, snorkeling, and enough pineapple-infused cocktails to make you forget your troubles. Just remember to pack your sunscreen, because the sun out here is stronger than a sumo wrestler after a triple espresso. And whatever you do, don't mention the volcano. It's a sore subject. Next up, we're heading to the city by the bay, where the fog rolls in thicker than a San Francisco sourdough bread bowl, and the hills are steeper than a politician's promises. We're talking iconic landmarks like the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz Island, and Lombard Street, the most crooked street in the world. Don't worry, your GPS will figure it out. Make sure you pack a jacket, because the weather here is as unpredictable as a toddler on a sugar rush. One minute it's sunny, the next minute you're caught in a torrential downpour. But hey, that's San Francisco for you. Just embrace the craziness and enjoy the ride. Get ready to party, folks, because we're headed to New Orleans, the city that never sleeps and always grooves. Here the music never stops, the food is spicier than a Cajun's temper, and the atmosphere is electric. From the soulful sounds of jazz echoing through the streets to the sweet taste of beignets at Café du Monde, the good times roll like the mighty Mississippi River. We're talking jazz music, beignets, and a whole lot of flavor. And let's not forget Mardi Gras, the granddaddy of all parties. With enough Mardi Gras beads to circle the globe twice, the celebration is nothing short of spectacular. Okay, maybe not that many, but you get the idea. The streets are alive with color, music, and joy. Just remember, pace yourself. The festivities can be overwhelming if you dive in too fast. The nightlife here is legendary, with jazz clubs and lively bars that keep the energy high. You don't want to miss out on all the fun by peaking too early. There's always another band to hear, another dance to dance. And whatever you do, don't wear your best shoes. Trust me on this one, the streets here are known for their character, which is a nice way of saying they're a little worse for wear. But that's part of the charm. Every cobblestone and crack tells a story, adding to the rich tapestry that is New Orleans. Get ready to be awestruck, folks, because we're headed to Yosemite National Park, where the granite cliffs soar higher than a hawk's ambition and the waterfalls cascade down like tears of joy. We're talking towering redwoods, sparkling lakes, and enough hiking trails to satisfy even the most adventurous explorer. Just remember to pack your bear spray, because those furry fellas love to make surprise appearances. And by surprise appearances, I mean raiding your picnic basket when you're not looking. And whatever you do, don't try to outrun a bear. They're faster than they look. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. Last but not least, we're headed to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where the monuments are grand, the museums are world-class, and the history is palpable in every corner. From the towering Washington Monument to the solemn Vietnam Veterans Memorial, there's a story behind every stone and statue. The National Mall is a sprawling green space that connects these iconic landmarks, making it a perfect place for a leisurely stroll or a deep dive into the nation's past. And let's not forget the politicians. They're a special breed indeed. Washington, D.C. is the epicenter of American politics, where decisions that shape the nation are made daily. The White House, the residence of the president, is a must-see. Standing in front of this iconic building, you can almost feel the weight of the decisions made within its walls. The political intrigue here is enough to make your head spin faster than a revolving door on Capitol Hill. The Lincoln Memorial is another highlight. This majestic monument pays tribute to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. As you gaze upon the larger-than-life statue of Lincoln, you can't help but reflect on his legacy and the pivotal moments in American history that he influenced. The view from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, overlooking the reflecting pool and the Washington Monument, is simply breathtaking. And then there's the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. This treasure trove of knowledge and wonder is home to millions of artifacts, from dinosaur skeletons to the famous Hope Diamond. Each exhibit tells a story, offering a glimpse into the natural world and our place within it. Just don't ask the Hope Diamond where it got its name. It's a long story, and whatever you do, don't engage in any political debates with the locals, unless you've got a few hours to kill and a strong stomach for heated discussions. The US Capitol building is another must-visit. This architectural marvel is not only the home of the United States Congress, but also a symbol of the American people and their government. The Capitol's dome is an iconic feature of the DC skyline, and the building itself is steeped in history. Whether you're a history buff, a political junkie, or just a curious traveler, Washington, D.C. has something to offer everyone. So pack your bags and get ready to explore the heart of American democracy. Well, there you have it, folks. The top 10 must-visit places in America. From the bright lights of New York City to the majestic Grand Canyon, this country's got something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, book your flights, and get ready to experience the best that America has to offer. And hey, if you see any celebrities along the way, tell them Jimmy Kimmel sent you. They'll know what it means. Spoiler alert, it doesn't mean anything, but it'll be funny.